Heyo, welcome back to another episode of the Rap Dad Podcast. I'm Junes, and across from me,
hey, it's Melancholy.
Damn straight. You know what it is, and if you don't, you should. Easy way to find out is follow us on Instagram at the Rap Dad Podcast.
Damn.
You can follow me at Reno Junes. You can follow him at Melancholy775. And make sure you're giving us a 5-star rating and review.
Always.
Definitely do that. Also, subscribe to the YouTube. Every one of these episodes is up there now.
Yeah, it is.
We film all of them. We do shorts. We're interactive. So come show some love.
We do pants as well.
We do.
I'm wearing pants right now.
He's wearing long shorts. They're called long shorts.
Long shorts, sorry. I'm wearing long shorts now.
He's wearing board jorts. He surfs in jean shorts. That's all it is.
They're the zip-off ones, just in case I need, too hot. I need.
They're denim zip-off at the knee board jorts from Macy's. All that good stuff, and you can just look down in the description. Enough about us. We always talk about us.
Yeah.
You know about us. You know about him because we always talk about him too.
Oh, the most mentioned person in the history of this podcast.
Yeah, seriously. We talk about him more than we talk about ourselves, and that's pretty hard to do. We got the three-peat here. BOZZY, what up, my man?
Let's go.
How you doing, dude?
I'm good. How you guys?
Doing well,
Doing good,
man. You've been busy since the last time we seen you.
I know. I'm trying. When was the last time?
April 22nd, 2022. Was when it was released.
For podcast,
for the podcast. So that means we recorded it the week prior. So it's been all year and a half since you've been on the podcast.
I'm trying to think.
It was a release.
Warfare.
It was a release of your album, Emotional Warfare.
Holy shit! Yeah. So
it's been a
we've
minute.
covered a lot of ground since then.
You've done quite a bit since then.
Yeah.
But before we hop into all the goddamn things you've been into, fucking multifaceted Swiss Army of a human, drop all your social media so the folks can follow you and find your videos and your music videos.
The real BOZZY on everything. Twitter, the Instagram, YouTube.
Real simple.
Music, BOZZY.
On everything. Real easy.
Knock 'em. Yeah.
Yeah, simple as that. And also, your company.
Oh, For You Productions. That's there too.
That's it. And as always, it's down in the description. So if you guys don't want to look for it, you just got to go look in the description. Give it the tap, give it the like, give it the follow. Yeah. I think most of the listeners probably know who you are. We've talked about you so damn much. Like, who is this?
I was gonna say, even when you're not physically here, you're always here. Yeah. Everybody comes on and BOZZY.
Yeah. Seriously, it was like it's like no joke, like over 20 episodes.
Yeah,
you guys pick good guests. I mean, what do you mean?
It was just it was very funny. It was like, God damn it, yeah. No, but it just goes to show that what you're doing works. I mean, you're spreading your product. That's not only your music, but your talents, your photography, videography, recording, mixing, mastering, all that stuff. And
everything. It's
spreading well.
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you.
You got your hands in a lot of stuff, and a lot of folks know who you are, which, I mean, I think that's the goal.
Yeah.
When you're in that business. So.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the more people, the more eyes, the busier it can keep me, the more I'm able to network and just like utilize everything and create better stuff, honestly. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I do have a question about that because you are always so busy. I mean, you're always booking stuff, you're doing stuff, you're flying places. You've really, really leveled up since the last time we've seen you, as far as not just like, your artistry, but like your business wise too. I mean,
right.
You went to Hawaii?
Yeah. I got to go to Hawaii
flown
this
out
year.
to fucking Hawaii.
Paid trip, all expenses. Got out there, went to work, and it was amazing. Honestly,
dude, what were you doing out there?
I was shooting AAU basketball, like a tournament that they were doing there. So luckily Jerry got me in on there.
I was gonna say it was with the Abasto Co. Right?
Yep.
Nice, dude.
Jerry's been really killing it with that whole production, as far as like the AAU and like taking over their social media, the Hawaii division in particular. But
That's sick.
It was cool. I'd never been into that world before. So it was like really fun to kind of like dive in and shoot people playing basketball, the competitive edge to it, and just like honestly how natural I felt like I picked up on it too. It was fun.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. I
mean, you obviously know your way around your equipment.
Yeah.
But it probably gets, a little redundant always just shooting rappers and rap videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm good at it, and it's like what you do, but it's also like you want to see what else you're capable of, obviously.
Totally.
Just like in your music, you don't want to just rap all the time, you know what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
That's fucking sick, dude.
Trying to expand the palette.
Yeah, dude, spreading your wings, but being able to not just be like, oh yeah, I shot a soccer game at Burgess Park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
pickup game.
got flown out to Hawaii. Like, it's a whole legitimate thing because I mean it puts pressure on you as doing this. You're like, God
Totally.
damn, that means somebody really believes in me.
Yep.
So it's like that's fucking sick.
Well,
though.
that's another thing to add to the portfolio
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
And it's well deserved, dude. Obviously.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
sure.
I think since the last time you were here, you and ZP flew out to LA and you shot that video with him and
That was another.
yeah, dude. That was like.
That doesn't even feel real.
That's like a really
it felt like
big
a dream.
thing, dude. Yeah, it's almost like
it happened so
you
fast.
undersell it. I feel like
It was a literally out of body experience where I can't even like it happened because we were back in Reno within like 24 hours.
It was
That's
like
crazy.
you flew out there, you stayed the night and flew back the next morning. It was like 23 hours.
Yeah, as soon as we landed, we went straight to the recording studio or like production place that he had rented out. Boogie met us there like 20 minutes. We had him for like an hour and a half. We shot the video. We got we went back to the hotel, checked in, chilled for a minute, and then honestly just like went to the show. Show was amazing. He raged. It was a killer event. Went back and like slept for a few hours and then like left the next morning.
Fucking A, yeah.
It was an amazing event. It was so fun and happened so fast. I'm so grateful for ZP like for that opportunity.
Hell yeah. I mean that's such a cool opportunity, but let alone such a cool move on his part. Like I mean if you're gonna do something, then you might as well like try to put full effort into it.
Yeah.
Exactly, because he had showed me because I produced the beat as well, and he was showing me the final version of it in the car after the La Russell show, and I'm like, bro, like this is so dope. He's like, I'm going down there for the show. I'm thinking about like I want to do a video with him, but like it was just like talking. I'm like, it's gonna happen, and then eventually he was like, I got him locked in, so we're gonna do this.
Yeah, that's
I'm
super
coming
dope.
with you.
That's cool as hell.
That's a good way to do it, especially because it's like, because I mean, he's from LA, right? That's where he lives, at least. Yeah. So it's like, it's not like he's gonna be he's only in town for the night because he has to go on tour or something. Right. It's like it's his hometown show, so he's like, I'm kicking it today, Yeah. So that's, I mean, what a great move to be like, can I steal an hour of your time before the show?
For sure.
Exactly.
Super, super sick.
After already doing like the feature too, so it's like he knew the business was there too as well. So it was like it just made hella sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like he's like, why not? You're already gonna be down here.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Shout out ZP, shout out Boogie. That was awesome.
No, that's super cool. Is that really like the first time that you ever really been flown out to do something like that?
Like as far as like a big like artistry type of stuff, I mean, obviously I've been flown out to do like the Hawaii stuff, or like I've gone down to LA just like doing other film content. Like
that's right.
You live like Riley. We did the Worst Day music video, and he flew me down there and like got to do like that whole shebang, which was really fun. So
you went down there with Jimmy too, didn't you?
And then I went down there with Jimmy as well.
I don't know why I asked that. I already knew.
No,
the answer is no. I already knew that.
It's been a lot, but now now that I'm just saying it out loud too, I'm like, holy shit! Since even just like we had that conversation, it's been a bunch of times I've gone down there with the Jimmy shit, shooting with Jay West, who's like a huge fucking TikTok influencer, and that was a pretty fun experience as well. Like just going out there and hanging out with the boys.
Yeah, you get to kind of see the other side of it and like how it works from behind the scenes or something like that, which is. No one gets to see that shit because social media and content making is so fucking hard. Because you can be consistent and it might look quality, but if it's not something that's engaging to whoever's trying to see your stuff, then it doesn't click. And it's like it's so fucking hard.
It's so calculated.
It's
like they're almost like maniacs.
The people that can find it and then they know what works and they're like, all right, here we go, and they just turn into a machine. I'm always like, God damn, that's sick.
For real,
that's super sick. So
so. With you going down there as much as you have and all that stuff, do you get the itch to kind of make your way down there, or are you just still home base here no matter what?
Dude, after that trip after they got the whole car, I mean that was probably the worst of it, but I can't live in LA, dude. Yeah. After they stole my cousin's whole whip, for those that don't know, my computer was in there, like just like hella shit was in the cars.
So
I have a vendetta with LA.
Fucking A, dude. God damn. That's such a shitty feeling, dude. You're just like, damn.
I was just wondering, with that being like, obviously everybody goes to LA, you know what I mean? Make it big or whatever. So it's like, if being down there actually doing stuff and everything, if you ever were like, oh, I can see myself down here or something. Or...
I don't know. I'm so passionate, and I feel like I built such a big seed, planted such a big seed out here, and I'm starting to see really good like fruits from it that I'm like, I feel like I can like run with this a little bit more, as opposed to like trying to restart and going down to LA, and obviously it would make me great and level up in certain senses, but I don't know. I feel like I would feel like I would be abandoning like almost like this thing I feel like I've been like kind of like working on.
All right. Well, you heard it here. We got him locked in on max contracts. So.
And obviously, I mean, opportunities to go down there have arisen. It's not going to stop. So it's not like you're not going to have more opportunities, and you can always travel if you get work down there. You don't have to technically live in Los Angeles unless you want to be a part of that machine or whatever it is. It's
totally.
And I feel like that can really fuck a person up, like in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Like you could still make money off of it and be away. You could live peacefully away from it.
Well, especially like I mean, with the exception of probably like trying to be like an actor or something like that.
Well, of course. I mean,
with the internet, like it's not necessary anymore to go to Hollywood to become a star or whatever.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's it's pretty rare. It's like you can fucking rap from your living room. Yeah. You know, I mean, shit, dude. But it all depends on what you want. If you want to deal with that bullshit, the traffic and
no, thank you.
I don't think I
could live with it. There's too many people, man. Too many people.
Yeah, it's very oversaturated. But having your shit stolen is the worst. You know. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
You know, San Francisco, LA, all the places I've gone, we've never had any of our shit stolen.
Respect.
But definitely have had homies that like 5 seconds, literally 10 seconds before we get to where we're gonna meet them, someone just broke all their windows out and we're pulling up and we're like, wait, is that their fucking car?
Yeah.
And
bro, the videos on the internet,
all their shit just got taken. Yeah. Like and it's like he's like, dude, it was my clothes. Yeah. Like it wasn't even like expensive shit. I'm like, bro, we told you before you came here.
Yep.
They'll take anything.
Yeah, if it's in there, they're gonna take it.
They will take a fucking ripped in half phone charger that goes to a fucking Samsung One. They don't give a fuck. They'll take anything.
Yep.
So you can't leave anything in your car. I didn't know LA was that bad. San Francisco is infamous for that.
Yeah.
I've heard Oakland and SF, but I don't know anybody that's like, damn, all my shit just got jacked in LA. That especially like your scenario where it was just like
they took the whole car.
You know,
2020 Outback SUV.
Yeah. Was it a rental?
No, it was his actual car. And you know what's funny is we found out a couple weeks ago too that they actually ended up finding it getting broken into in another parking garage.
Dude, that's fucked up, dude. That's like not even real, dude.
Like, hey, I stole that car first.
Yeah, like
dude, imagine that. Just calls the cops. He's like, yeah, someone's breaking into the car. I stole.
I'm like, can I get the hard drives? Are those in there? Like, you can keep everything else.
Right?
Like, fuck, dude.
I assumed it was a rental. I assumed maybe you guys flew down there and you got a rental, and I was like, yeah, that's all good. Then, the fucking rental company will replace the window, but the fucking shit they stole sucks. But it's his car. Fuck, dog.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
That sucks.
Like, I mean, to deal with insurance.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sucks your computers got stolen, but I do feel more bad for him.
Oh, yeah, no, he got the worst. He's a thug, though.
Yeah.
He takes big L's on the chin.
Yeah, so. No, but damn, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like that. Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's shitty. Yeah, no, I could see, okay, the vendetta's real heavy then. I don't blame you. Fuck it. You guys are assholes.
Taylor Swift was in town, so all like the Airbnbs were like canceling on us because they had overbooked. All the hotels were filled up, so we had all of our stuff like traveling in the car. Okay. And we had to be at this event because we couldn't check into our new Airbnb until like 4, but we had to be there at 3. Parked in the front. We're just gonna have to fucking risk it. And then like you said, perfect storm. It was just like he went to go check on the car to go pull it up to the front. And it was just like,
it's not there.
No more car,
dude. That's so fucked. See, yeah, that's crazy. And so, I can only imagine if fucking Miss Swift is in town.
Right?
Dude, the Swift Army, the Swifties.
She got us.
Yeah.
That was why.
That's so fucked up, though. You're like, but we already
it's all good.
paid for it.
Yeah.
What about our deposit?
Yeah, right.
They're like, Swifties.
They're like, hey, those Taylor Swift fans are going to pay a lot better than you do. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's just crazy.
So
well,
funny,
fuck
though.
that. Yeah, dude. If you guys want to, if you live in LA and you want to give him money, he'll come down there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot more wiser.
Well, fucking A. But yeah, since our last podcast, obviously, we've talked about a ton of shit that you've done traveling, but the stuff you've done locally has been, pretty dope too. Yeah. Obviously, we had Nesta on. His episode will be coming out in a few weeks. And he told us a little bit, behind the scenes about your guys' project that you started together, and you guys have been crushing for months upon months. Mm-hmm. I mean, would you start it in like March or something like that? Or May or something?
End of March, I believe.
Yeah, so you guys have been going steady for months now.
Yeah.
And it's like you guys fill up so quick. You guys are so, I mean, I feel like it's nonstop. The only time that you stopped recently is because you went on tour.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like, you know, that's understandable.
Yeah.
It's like, can't leave it all to
Can't really
Nesta.
do it if I'm not there.
Well, I was trying to get him booked to where the Nesta, because I've gone out and shot him dolo by myself, and like I'll just shoot him the Nesta edit, but it's never been like he goes out and shoots him by himself dolo.
Okay.
And I was really being like, bro, like if you can get somebody while you're calm. I left him everything. I'm like, please, like you're ready. Like I was like a proud parent.
Yeah, I trust
I'm like, come on, dude, just go do one by yourself, because he's so ready for it. Mm-hmm. But they've been so good, honestly.
Yeah, no. So if anybody doesn't know what they are, why don't you go ahead and explain what it is and give a little rundown of, you know, what it is.
They're like a mini music. I don't want to say like live performance or in studio performance, because I feel like that's like not what it is, and it's hella misleading, you know.
Yeah, I mean it is, but it's not.
Yeah, it's like quote unquote live performance, but it's like music video style. Mic hanging from the scene, or mic hanging out of the sky, essentially downtown.
Yeah.
Nighttime, back city lights kind of on you, and then you're just performing and doing promo. Biggest little sessions.
There we go. I was gonna say, for anybody wondering, it's biggest little
sessions. They got their own page.
Yeah.
Not only Instagram, but obviously you guys have the YouTube page as well, right?
Yeah. We just started up the YouTube page and the Instagram, actually, because I mean people are always asking, and like I don't know, like it's always like you don't never know if the artist is going to like label it correctly, so we just kind of like we need to have an umbrella where people can actually like look this up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then so because you guys had stuff on that page already, right? So did you just wipe it and then start fresh?
I think that was the Nesta. Yeah, it was one of his like backup weather watcher pages, I believe, is what he said. So
all right,
so he had it even a little jump start on things too.
No, that's
as far as like the demographic too, it made sense. So.
Yeah, fucking that's a smart move.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys, how many do you? Because you have a certain amount that you guys book per month, because you guys like spots are filling up. So do you have like a certain regiment? Like how many do you typically do a month if you guys are available?
Honestly, it depends. But we were, when we did the deals, we were doing like almost like 5, 6. Like we're doing like 6 a week.
God damn.
Yeah. So there were some nights where we did like 4. Like back to back to back to back, and then like 2 the next night. We'll do them like 2 nights a week, either Tuesdays or Wednesday nights. We're downtown shooting them, but we realized that like 2 to 3, I think 3 is the comfy number for, if depending, you know, like on who it is and how long it takes and whatnot.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's like a comfy number for sure. Where we'll average like 8 per month.
Damn, that can keep you busy with that alone.
Yeah.
I mean, editing and all types of shit. Dude, damn.
Yeah, and it's nice too, because it's like we trust each other so much, where it's like I can like overlook everything or just like shoot them at all. I'm like running the camera setup and all that, and I can just kind of like leave Nesta to like pretty much edit everything, and it's like
fucking A.
You just know it's all gonna work out.
Yeah,
they've all looked great since the beginning, but they just keep getting better and better.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
thank you.
They've gotten better. Yeah, and if anybody's wondering what they look like, just check out our Instagram. We did one.
Yeah,
we
did one for his album.
Yeah, that's right.
And I've done one with Glass Tongue. I've done
Dolo,
one by myself.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously they do good work. I mean,
it's good content.
I keep trying to be a part of it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
No, it is. I mean,
thank you.
And it's not just like you guys shoot this one thing. Like you'll do like verticals. You do like short ones. You do, ones that are like you have titles on them. It's not just like you set a camera up and go, okay, it's recording. Like, you guys, it's super sick looking.
Yeah, try to give you like options with it too, to where like you can feel comfortable building out according to the content that you want. Cause,
it's super fucking dope.
Yeah, you want to be mindful for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, nowadays with content being king, and
that's what they say.
It's so fucking important. Unfortunately, I hate the fact that it's gross, but you do have to be consistent if you want to be consistent.
Yes.
With having a fan base,
any sort of traction.
Yeah, so it's really good that you do that, because some people like us older folks, like me and this gentleman right here, half the time we're like, we don't give a shit. And it's so important that you do have to care, but it's like also so hard to make content that's even halfway good.
Yeah.
So having an option where it's like you or Nesta or both of you guys together offer these things.
Yeah.
It's really fucking important.
It doesn't
You
always
guys do
need
a
to be
community
like
service.
Do it for me, you know? Like,
well, also it's
me.
like it's not you don't want to have to make a music video for everything too. Is like what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you still want something that looks clean when they're scrolling on their phone that necessarily doesn't have to be like budgeted for a music video every single time.
Exactly.
sure.
That
And
can
I
get
think-
expensive if you don't have, you can't afford it. Even if
it's just not worth it in today's day and age unless like there's something like you really value, and that's coming from someone that shoots music videos. But at the same time too, it's like I understand like from an artist like standpoint too, like everyone's blowing up off like the apps. They're not on. It's not on YouTube.
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
true.
And if it is, it's like it's a short vertical 30-second off the music video.
Yeah, it's a short on YouTube.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I feel like nowadays, like unless you have like a fully fledged concept or like you're doing something specifically to get some like dope shots, kind of like how you guys with Winehouse with like the lights and everything like that. Other than that, music videos are like everybody just raps at the camera these days. Like there's not a whole lot of originality, unfortunately.
Yeah, I feel like that's very true. So
true.
having a good location and having like good imagery is huge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Because unless you're like going to be doing a story or it's really really in depth and cinematic and stuff, it can get lost in the rest of everybody else's music videos.
Yeah, everybody's
I mean there is
rapping
only
at the
so much you
camera,
can
you
do
know?
until you start fucking shooting really deep like movie style
Yeah,
videos.
yeah, for
it's
sure.
like music videos are music videos to a certain extent.
And it's like there's nothing necessarily wrong with rapping at the camera, but just like try to be more creative than just
Well, when you work with, For You Productions and BOZZY,
there you go.
you know,
Exactly.
it gives you the option.
yeah,
Exactly.
Glass Tongue won a music video, and I was like, what if we let you pick the song and then
that was
create
so
the video?
awesome.
Like
Yeah.
we had no hands on it. It was 100% him.
That was
and we
so
just trusted his entire vision. He's like, let's do Passenger Seat. And I thought it was cool because that's our highest streaming song as far as Glass Tongue. And I always wanted to do something more with it. And I feel like it's such a good way to revive an older song because when you don't have a big fan base, it's not going to hurt if it's a good song to revive it and
Sure.
maybe get new eyes on
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's like it's new to whoever hasn't heard it yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I thought that was really great. Props again.
Yeah,
Always.
Yeah,
No,
no, the
thank
video
you.
was
Yeah, no,
great.
it
man.
came out great, and it was. I mean, I tell people, they're like, "Damn, that was really sick." I'm like, "Dude, he did that for free, and he spent like 5 hours with us. It wasn't like, oh, let's go to this spot for
Built the whole
45
treatment,
minutes."
yeah,
I mean,
like-
dude, it was very, very in depth for a free music video.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, dude, and
I just mean in the sense of just like how many times have we seen that video, especially here in town, of people, you get a couple cars, you put them, you go to the top of the parking garage, and you get the casinos in the background, and then you rap at the camera. It's like we've seen that 1,000 times.
We did
There's
that,
only
but with
so
no
many
cars.
parking garages. Yeah, there's only so many, but it is true. Yeah, there is like that's why like that opportunity that you presented to me to be able to go through, pick the song, and me actually being able to build something that wasn't just like run and gun type of feel was like that's fulfilling as fuck. I get to be creative like in a different aspect.
Busted the drone out.
Yeah.
we tried it down here, and it was like raining, and there was like fucking.
Yeah, we were conflicting with the
Yeah.
weather, of course, that
Yeah.
one day, but
Yeah,
we
it
made
was
it all look cohesive, which is cool.
It was
as
really
hell.
cool though. It was like it was just cool to like kind of sit back and be like, what do I need to do? Okay, do
Yeah.
this. All right, cool. Because sometimes if you like have an idea for a music video and you do a treatment for it, then you have a vision. And then it's not looking the way you think, and then you're like, because I tried that with a music video, and I was like, we can't get this space that I envisioned when I wrote it,
Yep.
so we have to alter it to a different space that we were filming at, and it's then so if it's like he knows exactly what he's capable of, how he wants it to look like, it's so sick because if you don't know how to work a camera and you have a vision, it's like. It's probably not going to look like that. You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, you know how to articulate what you're doing as opposed to
yeah.
just being like, I have an idea. Well, it's like, well, how do you realistically get that
Yeah.
shot and that feeling?
For sure.
Yeah, and that with Winehouse, I mean, we just are like, let's go meet downtown. We'll find a couple dope places to shoot, and then we end up finding all these cool places with all these colored lights and like, it worked out really
I
great.
love
dude.
that shot.
Yeah.
Went up in an elevator.
I was gonna
and
say
shit.
the elevator shot is
it-
fucking great.
It was really fucking cool, and it was like we didn't have anything planned, and we just walked in like a 4-block radius and found all these really fucking dope spots. I was like,
was
I've been
fun.
here really drunk before. With
Yeah.
mine. It's cool to actually see the city and like do something. It was cool, man. Yeah, it's because being old rappers, it's like we don't fucking know what we want to do. So it's nice having someone that like is really creative and is really good at what they do and has
Man
dope
with a
ass
plan.
equipment.
Thank you. Yeah.
Everything you shoot is always so fucking like cinematic and shot well, and just
Thank you.
I gotta say, I'm pretty stoked on the fact of like the first time that we had you on here.
Right.
I don't think you were dropping a project. I think we just had you on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like For You was just starting and everything, and you were kind of like, I think I'm gonna try to push it and everything like that. And it's like what 2-3 years later now, and it's like it's a full-fledged fucking monster, dude. It's cool as hell to see.
Thank you, man.
You've really put the work in, and it shows, dude. Like consistent grinding. You haven't really stopped, No. Because I mean, we're talking about like the videos you shoot too, but you also record. You also produce beats.
Yeah, and
you
that's
engineer. So I mean,
you also do your own music.
Yeah,
like
sometimes.
You've been so damn busy. It's probably hard to find time. I mean, money talks, dude.
Yeah. And I'm. That's a whole. I have that conversation in my head with myself a lot, being like, I'm so like in a place where I haven't made music for myself in a while, and I'm sitting on like 15 songs type of thing, where like I have a bunch of music I've recorded, but like I'm making music with people that I just is so fulfilling, and my creative cup's getting filled like in such a different way now that I'm like hey, I'm happy,
Yeah. If that thing's not eating at you, like you feel like you're not fulfilled, because that can happen if you don't make music for a while. You feel like you're letting yourself down or something.
Yeah.
And if that's not the feeling, then don't fucking stress it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like really what it is. I'm comfortable. Like this project I've been working on with Tommy has just been like, I've been doing all the production and helping with just like so hands-on. Even just like a majority of the artists, the Buddy project that I did, like all these things people are letting me be so hands-on that it's like, I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy to like be that player that like the artist needs to fucking fall back on and just like drive it to the destination.
It's. I mean, we talk about it with Bigwig too. It's so important to have somebody like that in your corner if you're creative, because as somebody who does everything themselves, it's nice to still have somebody to bounce something off of and get some feedback, and have somebody be like, well, look at it like this or try it like this, because you can get stuck in your own thing. Like it's super easy.
So easy.
Mm-hmm. Somebody who's on board, just like the goal is to make the best possible version of what you're trying to make. Yeah. So having somebody in your corner that way, instead of somebody who's just like, well, I don't know, do you like it? All right, cool. Well, let's you know what I mean?
100%. And then I think I'm fortunate to be in a place too that everyone that I'm working with, and that is like, I have that kind of feeling towards it. It's like there's very, very few people now that I'm working with where I'm just like, oh, like this is cool,
Sure,
like, but like now everyone that I'm working with, I'm like, this is dope. Like, and I'm passionate about it. You're passionate about it. This is like, let's keep fucking rocking this shit.
Absolutely.
You feel comfortable with being like, well,
my name's attached to
try
this.
It this way. See how it feels this way.
Yeah, I can turn people. I can turn people down now too, which is like cool.
Absolutely, dude. It's giving you like a sense of freedom. You know what I'm saying? I imagine, like you kind of get to do what you want with who you want to do it with.
I'm not working this hard to not, and that's what I like had to remind myself the other day, because I'm just like, if I don't feel the energy's there, comfortability, like why would I even like bother right out the gate? Like,
it's got to be a mutual thing. I mean, I mean your name is attached to it at the end of the day, whether you made the beat or you're engineering it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like your name's, and if it's something that you are like not feeling, then
there's been videos I've definitely turned down where I'm just like, dude, like this is just not it.
I just want you to film me snorting some coke off a stripper's butthole. What's wrong?
You're like, the problem with that?
Yeah. It's like,
just a close up of her butthole. You're like, that's what's wrong with it. I'll pass.
Yeah, there's definitely, which is like cool and nice and validating in that sense too, because like, okay, I don't need to like, not all money is like worth it for sure.
No, absolutely. And it's like you said, you're working with the people that you want, and you like what you're making, and you're doing enough of it to where you're comfortable and you can turn people down if you don't feel the vibe. And that's a great spot to be in as an entrepreneur.
This girl was harassing me the other day for mixing. It was crazy. It's like, you're gonna work with me from a new number?
Hold up, who this?
I was like, who is this? She's like, you blocked me? I'm like, bro, like this is a new number.
What are you talking about?
Who you are.
I'm like, imagine me saying yes after you just like came at me all crazy like that. Like,
yeah, what a weird.
It's people are still like that to where it's like, I'm like, and it's so nice to just be like,
I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I don't need that.
Hell no, dude. Dude, that's like. You don't do that to the sound engineer.
Yeah,
no. So I'll mix it for you real quick. Just turn everything down.
Yeah,
there you go.
Delete the file.
This sounds better than what you gave me.
Yeah,
but there's nothing there. Exactly.
It's wild.
Like, I mean, you could be a prick about it, but no, that's
respectful
nice.
decline.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing too. Is like I'm just gonna like respect like
it. Maybe some people don't realize that being able to mix and master and run those programs and no plugins is a whole art in itself.
Goddamn
so respect
wizard.
the artist that does that shit. That shit is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, do you do calculus and geometry all at once and then fractions blindfolded with no sound and no hands? Cool, me too. I mix and I do engineering.
Right.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
I look at it, I'm like, that's fucking Hogwarts.
Yeah,
That's magic right there. Shit.
That's what we're doing though. We're making magic.
You're so good at it too, because anybody that doesn't know, he didn't go to like an academy and spend a bunch of money to have some douchebag be like, this is how it needs to be done. It's all fucking hands-on learning,
Trial and error.
and he's so good at it. It's
Thank you.
fucking stupid.
Yep.
I'm like, God damn it, dude. Makes me feel
There's a reason why he's
lazy.
the most mentioned person on the podcast.
Just helping those artists make those quality tracks, and I think it does translate to just being hands on with it as opposed to just being like someone that they just come and record with.
For sure.
It's like there's a certain type of synergy, and it helps a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. And I mean, obviously, word of mouth is the best way to spread business, because it's a personal reference from a client that's already done business with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
and
we talk about you nonstop.
Yeah, you guys, I
So
know.
I
Yeah, you guys
imagine
are great.
everybody else does too.
For real, you
so
guys
it's
have been so amazing. And everybody that I've been helping with the projects too, like as far as that, like it's like I appreciate
Buddy's
that
new
stuff
project
so
came
much.
out so good, dude. It
Thank
sounds
you.
amazing.
Yeah, that was so fun. Like doing that. Jay Illa dropped her project this year, which was super cool. Like there's been
Dude, she fucking rips.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah,
she's cold.
there's like dope female rappers, but there's not a whole lot from the city, especially now.
Yeah.
And she can rap. Like,
yeah,
she's got bars.
She's be barring up. Yeah, there's so many of them. They're just so dope, bro. Like all of the people that I've been working with, and I'm just like so grateful.
So, as an artist, I have a good question for you, because you said you're sitting on a chunk of songs.
Yeah.
But you haven't really released anything recently.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you still haven't dropped it? Because if you got these songs recorded, and obviously they're songs that you're at least happy enough with to keep, how come you haven't dropped anything?
Because
is there a particular reason?
I feel like the thought of like putting out music and like with like a rollout and like promoting it just sounds so
even
exhausting.
more work.
Typical.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm in such a comfortable place, and I'd rather put this energy towards like other things that I'm like it's there if I want to get to it.
Sure.
Like I have no problem just at the end of the day just probably dropping it and just like not even promoting it, maybe like posting it a few times and like just being cool with it. I'm probably just gonna end up doing that because like again, I don't know, like my focus with the music and the video stuff's just so different now as far as just like trying to help other people build their stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. And I think that's like a big like it's like a death to my ego where it's like it's there. I'm happy. My creative cup's full all the time, but I'm in my producing bag, I'm in my mixing bag. Like I feel really great I'm making some of the best music of my life with Jimmy and Tommy and the Castaways and Buddy and stuff, and like it's I can't be mad at that,
No, hell no, dude.
Not at all.
When you leave a session, not only just with an artist, but with the homies too, they become, your homies if they weren't prior, and you're satisfied by it. Like that was fucking dope. Like, we made some good shit.
Yeah.
I compare it to skateboarding, I always compare the two so much. I'm like, you try so hard for shit, and then when you get it, you're like, God damn it.
It's nice. An instant gratification. It's either it's black and white. You're either completely dissatisfied, or and then once you finally get it, it's like
And I'll go home and I'll be fucking stoked for hours. I'll be at home like hell doing the dishes, and she's like, I'm like, I learned a new trick today. I had that third fucking try. She's like, wish you were better at skateboarding. You'd be happy all the time. Hey now, watch it.
The same thing with making a song or something that you like too. It's like
writing a verse and you're like, that's fucking sick.
Well, I imagine it's probably also like probably because you are so hands-on as well with it, you know what I mean? Because it's not like it's one thing when you're the one writing it and everything and building it and blah blah blah, and then you show up and then you record it. But like I'm sure those clients, if you still have them, they come in and you're just like, all right, cool, record, all right, yeah, that was cool and everything. Like you don't get that same You're just like, yeah, I just did a job today, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It feels like work.
Yeah.
And those still exist here and there too.
Sure.
But, and it's not, they're still easy people to work with, but like, yeah, like there's always going to be like, you know, quote unquote your favorites because like, you know, there's certain like stuff that's easier than others no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Fucking A.
But when you're there, it doesn't matter if you're still building, you're still part of the team, you know what I mean? So you're still creating.
And I love helping, bro. I just love being like that enthusiastic person and like someone that like has an idea and just being like, okay, like I see the potential in that, you know?
Yeah.
Like just making something in that validating feeling because at the end of the day, it's like this is an art and it's all subjective too. And it's like, we're just trying to like create something dope and like have a good feeling. Nothing else outside of like the room matters. Like,
yeah,
absolutely. Just let go, make something dope, and if something comes out of it that we're able to sell and market, you know, like that'll come later.
Yeah, exactly.
But I try to keep that energy always.
Yeah, as long as you're happy with the product you're putting out, like that's my whole thing. For a long time, I didn't write like that. I was like, I need to write stuff that I think people will like. And it's like, I don't fucking care what they like.
Exactly.
I have to like it because I'm the one that has to listen to it. It's going to be out there forever, and I
want
to hear it.
Play it on
whether
the stage
it's 7 years from now, I want to hear the song and be like, all right.
Yeah, you want to be able to stand
satisfied
on
with what I put out there. If other people like it, that's up to them. The people that will like it, it'll find them.
Yeah.
But you don't want to put something out. At least I don't want to put something out where it's like, oh, I wrote this because I think this is what's popular.
Sure.
And then it's out there forever, and you're like, fuck, every time you hear it, or every time it gets brought up, or every time you have to perform it. Like, I'd rather be an average rapper or whatever and be happy with everything I put out than put out one or two things that are dope, and the rest of it, I'm cringing on it. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But I mean, art is subjective, and to each their own.
Yeah.
That's my personal thought. I know rappers out there that rap like fucking like they're the thuggiest thuggers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but I know you. but I know you.
It's not you though.
But they've always been like that. Like
Yeah.
I mean, they'll punch someone right in their fucking face. Like they're not gangsters. You know what I'm saying? But they are that person. They are that person. But so it's like, I can't knock it at all. Plus, you're also fucking ripping bars that are dope. So, hey, fucking hey, dog. You know? But, you know, to each their own. To each their own. I can't knock it, you know? But yeah, dude, working with people that you don't want to work with or that you're putting out a product that you're not happy about I think is just not the vibe, fam.
Yeah. I definitely can attest to that too.
Yeah. So, to all you youngsters out there that are still like new to stuff, because there are some people that listen to this that are like still really new to recording, and they'll message us, and the shit we say on here is 100% true. I mean, we're not lying to you, and I don't feel we're giving you bad advice. If it doesn't feel right, don't put it out.
Yeah, don't do what's cool because it's gonna be over in a year or two, and something else will be there that's cool, and then you'll be rapping a style that's not fucking cool, and nobody will listen to you anyways, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just make whatever you want to.
Absolutely, and you don't have to. If you don't like it, you don't have to put it out. No one has to hear it but you, man. That's the best thing about it. I just recently. I recently realized that.
I wish a lot of people would be like,
just you know, keep
you don't have to put that on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not everything, dude. If it's not, it's like, hey, you know.
Everybody's got throwaways. My
exactly.
boy. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a reason why Tupac's still putting albums out. You know what I mean?
It's true, but you never know. See, that's the thing is, if it's subjective, they might like it. Though.
I know, and that's where it's such a cold, like fine line where it's like, but what could be complete ass to you is God send to somebody else. 100%. And there's like that always that what if.
And that's what makes this whole thing so beautiful. It's because it's like there's room for everybody. We say this all the time. There's room for fucking everybody, man.
Yeah.
The water is pretty decent most of the time, and there's room for everybody.
Especially in hip hop, it's fractured so much these days where it's like rock and roll in the sense of like there's so many different subgenres now. You know what I mean?
Like it's absolutely.
It's not you're just mainstream boom bap anymore or trap or whatever. Like it's so fragmented and splintered off that there's so many different subgenres. So
yeah, absolutely. No, I agree 100%.
Get in where you fit in, right?
Yeah. Or you can test the waters here and there. You never know where you might fit in. Yeah. You might fit in a few different genres.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta figure it out, man.
I mean, this gentleman does. Fucking plays a guitar, raps like a motherfucker. Like, I mean, shit. You
sometimes
you can fit a few places if you want.
Right.
But before we go too far, let's take a break real quick.
Yep.
We'll come back, and I got some questions about the tour you just went on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked about that. I can't wait to talk about it. But we'll be right back, folks. All right, we are back. We were just talking about pimping rides.
Yeah.
That show was fucking wild. Dude, MTV was wild.
MTV was...
It's even more wild because Rob Dyrdek is a cult and it's on for 42 hours
straight.
Dude,
yeah, he's just
that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not even MTV anymore. It's just Rob Dyrdek's. It's called Rob.
It's
Rob TV.
RTV.
Oh, fuck, man. Nah, if you guys ever got your ride pimped, let us know how it went.
Yeah, we'd love to interview you.
Yeah.
You still got the fish tank in the headrest? Just getting splashed with water.
I think they put like a hot tub in some dude. He wanted to he was in a band. I know we're off topic already, but he was in a band, and so he wanted his van to get fixed so they could go touring and shit like that. And they put a fucking hot tub in it. They're like, that way, when you guys can party and everything. It's like, I have to take this across the country. You just put 500 gallons of water in my goddamn car.
Like, I need bodies in here.
Like, fuck, dude.
Hey, man, you're going to ruin all my amps.
Yeah. It's like, what do you... Gas mileage just fucking went down like to nothing.
This is the worst. This is the worst.
Oh my god, dude.
That's fucking awesome.
And there's nothing creepier than having a van with a fucking...
Yeah, like...
Vans are creepy already.
Yeah.
And then you're going to put a hot tub in it?
Hey, check out my hot tub.
You should immediately have to register as a sex offender if that's the case, dude.
Once you're Austin Powers, you're done.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3 people in the world that could get away with that. Like, Riff Raff.
Yeah, Riff Raff for sure. Like
Riff
Theo
Raff
Vaughn.
and
Like, that's it.
They're the same person.
Yeah.
But speaking of, musicians and tour vans, let's go ahead and talk about that because you just came off of a 13-date tour.
The Elevated Tour.
The Elevated Tour, Locksmiths Tour.
Yeah.
Jay Lately, Buddy Wireless, Nomadic, DJ Elzo, Leon the God, and then what is it?
Activate BPM.
Okay,
Activate BPM.
Activate BPM.
Yes, sir.
You got to activate those beats per minute, brother.
I think I like that name.
It's Bad Planet Music.
Okay.
Activate BPM. Yeah.
Is he from the Northwest?
He is from Santa Cruz, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say for some reason I think I'm thinking Black Noise Music. That's from the Northwest. But anyways, so you went on that tour as a videographer,
Content King.
yes, content creator.
Just
Strictly
video.
Yeah. Did you rap one time?
No. It
Really?
was, it was so nice.
I was gonna say, how'd you feel about it?
I loved it. It was honestly so nice.
My first thought being just a guy who raps, I would have been like,
I want to do that.
I want to get up there.
I'm trying to rap.
No, I was so happy
with video guys too. So that's probably so sick, dude.
It was because it would let me be more in the moment and not have to worry about me over obsessing about me performing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I can be comfortable. I've shot a million videos as far as recaps and stuff, as far as video stuff, and so I was just comfortable and knew what I needed to do. So it allowed me to be very much in the moment and enjoy everything.
Yeah, fucking A,
so
dude.
it was
you get
really
to be
cool.
like a spectator.
Yeah, and then I could show everybody while they were in their moment, getting ready for the show or just mentally prepping. I'd be like, look at this is what you look like when you're doing it, or this is just the recapping what we did that day type of thing. So that way it helped them relive it while they're going through their emotions of it. So I felt like it was a really valuable role where it's I don't know, it's just priceless.
Helping keep morale up.
100%.
Yeah,
they were stoked.
It's important to have that too. I mean, not only content, it's very important as we talked about, but having somebody that's outside of that mindset that is going to be with you, that can kind of reset you. And it's super important because when you travel with just artists, you're all in the same mindset. It's nice to have somebody that can be like, hey,
let's go buffer. Yeah, let's go shoot some content. Let's shoot some funny
something
stuff.
That just breaks
keep
it
you
off
grounded.
a little bit.
Your home base. You know what I mean?
It's really nice. It's I think that's why a lot of people tour managers and stuff like that. They're like, well, that's my homie. It's they become your homie because they're like, hey, stop being a psychopath. Let's go eat a fucking breakfast burrito.
Exactly.
No, that's really cool, dude. Plus, you get to gain the experience of seeing. A bunch of fucking cities and states that you haven't traveled to yet.
Yeah, that was
experiencing
so sick.
that, hanging out with the homies on. I've always said, you will find out if you're friends with somebody if you can travel with them.
It's definitely an intense bonding.
You become. I mean, that's why me and Al became such good friends because he came on tour when I was in my other group and he was our opening act. But I would ride with him. I would drive with him, and I was like, this is my homie. That's how it all Glass Tongue started. Was us touring together when he was our opening act.
Interesting. That makes sense though, because like you said, it's just like a very like heavy bonding right off the gate.
You spend so much time together in close spaces and sharing hotels and bathrooms.
Yeah, you guys are on the same schedule. Yeah,
100%, dude. And you guys all have to be understanding, and people have different mentalities and temperaments, and you know, different routines, and everybody has to understand each other, and you really get to know somebody. Even in, you know, I mean, 13 days is a long time. I think the longest time I've been on the road is 12 days.
Yeah.
So that gets extensive. You really get to push those limits, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially day 6, 7, 8, when like the high is run off, and now it's a grind to get to that next city.
Through,
you know?
Especially, you know, because right in the middle, you guys had that long drive.
Bro, it was our only off day.
Salt Lake to Seattle.
Yeah, so it was like a 14-hour with everything, like kind of like, you know, spacing it out, taking moments to stretch and shit.
Yeah.
And that was the only day off too. And then it was right back. But it was nice waking up in Seattle, so that way we had that whole day to decompress.
Nice. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not spending 5 hours driving and then getting to the venue. And
because that's a lot of what it was. It was a lot of just fucking right out the gate, just drive, wake up, fucking.
People don't understand that. They're like, "Oh, dude, you went on tour? It's cool. It is fucking awesome. It's so fun.
It's a lot of work.
So cool, but."
Yeah, I didn't get to see anywhere that people recommended me.
Like, you don't get to go see things.
Or like even food or anything. I'm all like,
really
unless
rare.
It's in walking distance of the venue, I'm like, unless I can get 5 other people on board to go do that, like to go eat there, like it ain't happening.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it never really works like that. You know, it's like, it becomes not whatever you think it's going to be sometimes, or what other people think it's going to be, and it's like you try to tell people, unless you're like, you know, you have like a deal and you have a tour bus or something like that where it's like a moving fucking apartment. Then they're long day. They're longer than normal work days because you're driving all day. That's whether you're driving or just riding in the car. That's fucking tiring. It hurts your fucking body sitting for 5 or 6 hours. Then you have to go check into the hotel, clean up really quick.
Venue, sound check, load in. You're there the whole time. You get some time to go chill.
And then you have to be personable too, because you know, it's like
you're
selling
networking,
your
customer
product.
service.
You have to perform. You have to have energy, and it's like you've already had a full day already before you even got to the fucking venue, and then you're gonna have another 6 hours.
I love it.
The only time
It's cool, and it's a grind, but it's like a lot of people aren't built for it. It's like, you know,
I think the only time that it kind of is what people might think it is if you have just like a quick travel time to the next city. If you're going to Sac to Oakland, then you could afford to fuck around a little bit.
Those Colorado dates were nicer because it was like 2-3 hour travel.
I was say Colorado Springs and Denver are like 2 hours apart.
Exactly, yeah. But when
you're
going
Greeley, how was Greeley? Because it was the Moxie Theater, right?
It was. The venue was so freaking cool, man. That whole downtown strip was so like, I loved it. It was
it's the horseshit town though.
Is it?
Well, it is in the summertime. I don't know. It's like in the wintertime.
It smells like horseshit.
Yeah, because it's a farm town. Like they have it's like they have huge cattle like ranches there.
Yeah.
And I know there's like a part on the I-5 when you're going to LA, when you drive through for like 40 minutes, it smells like cow shit.
Nice.
That's what Greeley is in Colorado. But it's such a dope college town too.
Yeah.
It's super sick. So I'm curious, how was that?
The strip was hella cool, honestly. It reminded me of like Hocus Pocus vibes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like it was fun.
It's a little small town.
Yeah, small town vibes.
Yeah.
It was cool. The venue again was like upstairs. It had like a big theater and like lounging area too. Like it was really cool.
Nice.
It looked really fucking dope. And when I saw Greeley on the tour schedule, because some folks don't know, we got offered the tour as well. Glass Tongue did. But it doesn't work sometimes when you have kids and shit. So we had to pass up on it, which I do regret, because honestly, we talked about it. I was like, if I would have known that Buddy and Nomadic and Elzo were on it, and you were going to be going too, we probably would have made it work, because that would have been so fucking sick.
Right, yeah.
Like the Reno show would have happened. I would have made sure that it happened. But when I saw it on the tour list, I was like, Greeley, fuck, because I used to live in Colorado in my teenage years, and I skated at the college and stuff. So I was like, I want to know how that show went, because it's a small college town too. So I'm always curious how those small, because they can crack off, and there's like hip hop heads in those fucking towns. So it's like it's not like, oh, we don't have anything to do and 300 people go to it. It's more of the people that like, because obviously Locksmith is a fucking lyricist, so it's like hip hop heads that go to his shows. Exactly. So I'm very curious to see what Greeley has as far as hip hop heads. So like, I mean, was it decent as far as the turnout?
The draw was like, it like as far as like once we got more off the coast, I want to say they kind of like died out like a little bit, but I want to say in comparison to the Colorado shows, I think Denver was probably the biggest one, but it was a decent show. It was like 30 people, I want to say, give or take.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, core hip hop heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Denver is the biggest because it's the biggest city out of the three. Because you did Colorado Springs 100%. As well, right?
Yeah, but the Greeley one was kind of like on the smaller one. But
it's a small city too.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that makes sense. That makes sense. It's not like the main attraction of Colorado.
Yeah.
Like Colorado Springs and Denver are two of the very big ones, and they're pretty close to each other too.
So what was your favorite stop then? It doesn't have to be the best show or anything like. Which one did you like the most?
I was thinking about it, and it's like I say Seattle, but it's also I'm like that's the place we probably spent the most time or had the most time to like chill. So I'm like
makes sense.
So I'm like I think it's biased.
And you played the High Dive, which is in such a fucking dope area.
Yeah, the venue was super cool. We got to go. I got the Funko Pop of myself, which was super satisfying for me.
That's where like right down the street is. The Crocodile.
Yeah.
And I think it used to be called Nectar Lounge, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole area.
And then right up
killer.
the street, like up the hill from there, is a place called the White Rabbit, which is another small venue. Like the whole place is just like it's so fucking sick in that area.
Nice.
I didn't realize that you guys were playing the High Dive, and then when I saw you guys posted, I was like, oh, they're playing the High Dive because that's where we played. It's such a fucking cool venue.
Yeah.
They have the coolest fucking green room. It's right on the side of the stage, and they have like a little mini fridge. It's always full of beer. They've got like gaming systems. When we went there, they had an N64. I saw they had regular Nintendo when you guys went there.
Yeah, they had the OG Nintendo.
They let you fucking burn in the green room.
Yeah, it was a fun. Seattle was sick
cool.
as hell. Yeah, the turnout was good. The crowd was really dope. The sound guy was dope. Like all the people that worked at the venue, like all that stuff was really awesome.
Hell yeah.
What was Portland like? Was it a fucking war zone?
Portland was wild, man.
Was it?
What did I say? Pussy, what did pussy on my face? That's a pussy stash.
Yeah,
that's where that came from.
Oh yeah, nice.
So the sound guy never ended up showing up. We had like
where'd you guys play at?
The Hawthorne Hideaway. Sound guy never ended up showing up, which was like honestly, luckily the only time that it happened throughout the tour. But Riley, I mean, Nomadic, he's a sound. That's what he does for a living in San Francisco. So they were able to finesse it and get it to right. Thank God. But. The crowd of there, they were pretty wild. They're pretty rowdy.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, it was cool. Portland was fun
Portland was fucking wild. And it's cool you got to see Sins.
Yeah, I got to hang out with Evan for a bit, which is dope. They came to the show. That was fun.
That's super fucking cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was refreshing to break away from the group for a second, just like chill with the homies.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I mean, it's like, I love you guys. We're all homies, but you can only spend so much time with so many people.
And we had
12 days.
Yeah, we had Airbnbs and hotels the whole time, but that was the one spot where Buddy and Riley had a friend, our friend Nikki, who gave them the tattoos. She had a spot there, so the idea was that everyone was just going to crash there. Elzo ended up getting his own hotel, and then I crashed at Evans, or I ended up getting my own hotel, and then so it was just like them two.
Yeah.
Plus Leon, actually, because Leon was traveling with us as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So is he from New Mexico?
He's from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay. So he came on the tour and then was like...
so dope.
So how did the ride situation work out? Like,
I love him.
Because when everybody's supposed to technically... They have to... You provide your own travel. You provide your own hotels.
Yeah. Everyone just... So obviously...
Was he like, I got a spot?
No, it was like they split everything. Like obviously mine and Elzo's situation was a little bit different.
Yeah.
We're providing services, but as far as that, like everybody in the van, so it was Buddy, Nomadic, and Leon, and they were happy to just equally split what they needed to do.
Yeah. Okay, so do they know Leon prior, or did they contact him?
Buddy. So Leon had toured with Locke before. He knew Jay before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Leon and Buddy were on the same tour at one point, or they had met each other at one point. But it was all through that inner circle.
Yeah, because Buddy's toured with Jay lately and Locksmith before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there was that whole like inner circle. So Buddy had knew Leon, but hadn't seen him. I guess I didn't even know this when we saw Leon. But he's like, I haven't seen him in like 4 years. I'm like, that's crazy. Like the way you guys talk, but like. It was, so they knew him through that. And
okay, that makes sense.
So they had like a little bit of a prior. And Buddy's good with like as far as, I don't know, pairing people together. He's wise. Like he knew he wasn't going to put like random people. Because I didn't know Elzo going into this. I didn't know Leon going into this. I knew Riley and Buddy, obviously. And those are my dog. I know them like back of my hand. But like Buddy, I think is like super... OCD about those type of things and pairing people together, making sure energies and all that align. And like, so I also was like super trusting of being like, okay, like, yeah, like it was one of those things where like I'm so stoked. Like it was such like it was a good dynamic amongst like all of us.
Oh
for
fuck
sure.
yeah, no, Elzo's the homie.
Yeah,
dude, he's so cool.
When I saw that he was on there, I was like, that's fucking so rad.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he DJs all the time around the town, and he's been DJing forever. But to see him get to like go on the road and do some fucking hip hop shit like that, is like, god damn it, made me feel
so
good,
dope too.
Yeah.
He's so good at what he does, and on top of that, he loves it too. Like you can see it like in his eyes when he was up there doing his shit. Like it's almost like a glaze that goes over it, and like people that, like I love, because like that's
was he playing like the whole night?
He played everybody
in between,
shit, right?
So he did Locke, Jay, and Buddy, and Riley. Activate had his own thing. He just went up there and did the whole like one thing. I'm gonna do it, and then Leon plays his stuff off of his MPK or whatever. Because
was it SP
or something? Yeah,
SP.
Some
12012 or
something that he's up there. I mean, I'm a producer. I don't even know what it is, but it's like it's like a beat machine type of thing where he'll sit there and he'll like EQ stuff.
How big is it?
Yeah,
it's like almost like the size of that.
It's the SP.
Yeah.
It's got to be the SP.
And he's up there and he's messing with that and doing those type of things
sick,
up there by
dude.
himself. So like he didn't use Elzo, but yeah, Elzo was doing it for Locke and Jay and Buddy and Riley. So
hell yeah.
Was there a DJ prior going in?
I don't think so. No, and because once they got Buddy and Riley and those fools, you know, they're crazy about making sure they got their DJ. And so once they heard that, Jay heard that they had Elzo, they're just like, okay, like how do we?
See,
get
that would
him
have
to
been a
help
problem
us?
with my DJ. My DJ is so fucking stingy.
Yeah.
For real. I mean, Emil's would have been like, "Oh, you want me to play your guys' sets?" Like it would.
When he talks, you know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's still,
yeah,
it just
I
would've-
could understand.
Like, yeah, if they offered money, then definitely he would have been like. But he's like, I don't like my stuff. I don't want no one to touch my stuff.
No,
I don't
yeah, and
like,
Elzo was
he's
good like that too, and where he was
Elzo
stiff
loves
even.
it, dude. He'll DJ for. We've had him on our shows before, and he's just play fucking hip hop for fucking hours.
Yeah,
He's a DJ, dude. He loves it.
Yeah, it was really cool watching him do his thing and just like being able to hang out with him, and just he was a refreshing energy.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Everyone had their position in the car, like as far as like spots and rotation too. I was just comfy in the back, just edit and nap. We had Leon just chilling in the front. Buddy and Riley would just rotate driving, and Elzo was just sitting passenger seat and just be chilling.
Yeah, it's funny when you start like traveling and stuff. You kind of everybody finds their place in that. Like with us three, it's always Al drives.
Yeah,
the dude can drive fucking 16 hours and not swerve nothing. He's a machine, dude. And then Emil's is always in the back. Half the time, I don't know if he's sleeping or not.
Yeah,
because we got the music playing and Al and I are talking or listening to a podcast. And Al's the best person to travel with because you can just ask him a question and he'll talk forever about shit. And he's just dropping knowledge, and it's interesting. Like he'd be like, "So that Corvette that you got when you first got it, like what did you change with it?" And he'd be like, "Dude, when I got it, it was like," and he'll just
you're
go
like,
on.
boom, 8 hours later.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Let me start from the beginning.
Yeah,
Chevrolet was founded.
For real.
Yeah.
It does it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, it's really funny. That's true. Everybody kind of they sift into where they go in their place, you know.
Yeah.
What's funny is that we did a run of shows, and I brought my girlfriend once. I brought Hannah.
Okay.
And that was the funniest thing ever. She's like, "You guys are fucking. This is what it's like."
Yeah.
Because she's always like, "Well, what is it? What is
I-
it like when you travel?" Like, I'm like, "Okay,
It's crazy.
you want to come with us?"
Just stupid jokes.
I'm definitely a backseat on the tour, but Hannah came, and so I had to sit fucking shotgun. I hated it the whole time. It was so bright. I was like,
I did not
feel
want
like
to
there's pressure. I have to control the radio.
We were
and
driving.
everything.
You had a big ass van too, like you guys did. So it was like, just a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I was in the front seat for like one part of the drive, and I literally had Riley pull over and be like, "I'm getting in the back." I was like, "I'm editing, and I can't do that." I'm like, "Fuck that."
Yeah, no, it was funny though because she was just like.
that.
Because we did like, I don't know, we were gone for 5 days or something like that. We did like 4 shows. One of them got canceled or something.
Yeah.
It was like a shit show of a tour. But also, we were booking it. So we were the headliner. So it's like, shit happens when you're independent and you don't have a big name. But yeah, afterwards, she was like that. I was like, so what, you don't like going on tour? She's like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
I
like,
love it.
She's like, it was cool to see like what it's actually like, but she's like, this fucking chaos. Like, she's like, dude, you spend so much time driving, and you just, it's nonstop.
Spend more money than you make.
Absolutely, and that's always a given.
Investment.
It's 100% fine if you know how to. run your brand.
Yep.
If you can market yourself and you can gain fans when you're at these shows, then it's 100% an investment. But there's a lot of lazy artists out there who don't do shit.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, if you're going to be out there doing this and you're going to spend the money to be on tour, hotels, Airbnbs, gas, food, it's going to cost a shit ton of money. So what you're trying to do is get your brand, your music, which is your brand, who you are out there. Why would you not like have a email list? And like, I mean, there's so much shit that you can do.
Merch alone, dude. Yeah,
100%. And then, hey, what's your name? You got an Instagram? Give us a follow. We'll follow you back. All of that shit matters, you know?
So important.
And me working in customer service helps so much. Like, I didn't realize that until I really started like having to be responsible at my job and like be the forefront and a manager and be like, oh, the way you interact with people and how you sell your product is night or day with the first interaction with people. Yeah. So it's like, it might be expensive, but if you're going to do something like that and you utilize it right, especially if you have somebody like you that's going to, you can have someone create content for you while you're doing it. And like, dude, it's really, really, really great. Plus you get to build, like Buddy, he's already been on tour with Locksmith and Jay lately, so it's just another building experience.
Yeah,
it's really fucking great. Dude.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
The followers, the interaction. Like Buddy got over 100 followers, and like of real people, you know, like that's 100 people in one room. Like I'm like, bro, that's great. Like if you think about it, like those are people that shook your hand. That's somebody that bought your CD, that remembered you strictly off of the music and the strength of that, and that's so powerful. And
they
underrated.
See, they don't. It's not your homie. They see you as an artist.
Yep.
That's how they follow you now.
Yeah, you went into a whole room of people who probably have never heard of you, and
you guys were sweating balls up there, spitting your heart out, and like they're so passionate about what they do, and it's undeniable, and their energy is so good.
Riley and Buddy are both also fucking so awesome and fun and nice. The nicest people too.
Yeah,
like smiley, happy, fucking cool people.
Exactly.
So it's like they're. I mean, instantly, I don't know anybody that could ever like dislike those guys. How could you?
They're so great.
Yeah, dude, they're amazing. They're super fucking cool. So no, I mean, I think it's really, really great, dude. I think it's great that you went on it too, because Glass Tongue thought about asking to go on our Afro Man tour run. We did like 4 shows with him, and then we were like, well, we'd have to rent a vehicle because we don't have enough room. Then I was like, he'd probably want us to pay him a little bit of money, which would be totally fine with, because if you're not here, you're not making money. Yeah. You know, so I was like, and then I tried to get the promoter. I was like, well, we might have him come and maybe he could make a documentary of the Afroman tour. Right. And the promoter's like, well, what does he cost? What is he going to, like, start asking all these questions. And I was like, that's too much for me to deal with. I already had to book the hotels and plan the driving and shit. I was like, damn it. Yeah. But so I thought it was really cool that somebody utilized your fucking talent.
Thank you.
And somebody did that, you know. And also it being the homies like
it made so much sense. I mean, I did Buddy's album. He just dropped it. Like he was like promoting the album and shouting me out like when he was on stage, being like, I just dropped this project. Like that guy holding the cameras, that's my producer type thing. Yeah. Like it was like all love. Like it just made so much sense, you know, where it's like I'm representing them and I'm happy to do so. It's like their music's my music, you know?
It goes, you know, full circle with you creating music that you like and you're proud of, and your cup's being full, you know what I'm saying? It's
something
like,
you can stand on.
Literally, you know what I'm saying? And you're standing on it in fucking different states.
Fucking Gallup, New Mexico.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But why is it so windy here?
For the shows, or at least most of it, was it just the touring artists playing, or were there local openers?
There was locals in some spots. Actually, a majority of the spots.
How was that?
It was interesting, and it was nice to see the dynamic. And I mean, there was some good.
He's too nice.
Yeah, I know.
No. So I'll break it down. I'll break it down, and because this is something that the boys had a conversation with in the car. Was
that's
that some of them are dope. We like the ones that like stuck around. There would be like a lot that would like kind of come and just like say what up, like I would come up to him after, hey, like I got some photos of you, out networking for myself too. I got some photos. Follow me on IG. I'll shoot you. Go, like, okay, send me some photos back. They would have merch set up right next to Jay lately, you know, and like before even like Buddy would be hitting the stage, those dudes are already like packing up their stuffs and like dipping. And then I'm like, what are you guys doing as far as shooting your guys' selves in the like? It was very like aggravating because some of them would bring like a good amount of people too, and then just kind of
then they take them with them.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, bro, like
that's the worst move if you're trying to build with it. Why would you be on the show if you didn't want to be on the show? Why would you not build with a touring artist?
That's one of our biggest pet peeves, and we've said it 1,000 times on this. If you play a show, you stay through the end.
Yeah, it was definitely
unless like you know, obviously shit happens. You know what I mean? But if you're just going to party somewhere else, like that's.
Yeah,
you're just shooting yourself in the foot, like you just said.
It makes you look so whack.
Exactly.
It makes you look like a trashy artist.
Yeah.
Especially it makes you look like you think you're too fucking cool.
Yeah, you're gonna ask for photos and not even stay. Like I watch your set and then like you're not even here to support my boys. Like what the? Like you guys are so corny.
You're not here to support the fucking touring act that you wanted to be a part of the show.
100%.
And like
I only play shows of people that I'm like I want to be a part of the show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
And you might not think it, but everybody involved in that show takes notice of that.
Yeah.
All the other artists take notice. The promoter takes notice. Everybody takes notice. Especially here in the local scene. If you're on a local show, you bring all these people and then you just leave.
Yeah.
You're the second, third, fourth guy up and you just fucking leave.
Yeah.
Everybody takes notice of that.
Yeah, dude. It's like the next time Locksmith comes into town, you know, if they try to put that person on there, he might be like, "Nah, I don't want that dude on."
Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
You know, it's just bad business.
Yeah, so that definitely was a huge dynamic of it, which we definitely took heed of, like right out the gate, where we're like, well, that's just why they're shooting themselves in the foot, and that's just like why they're in the position they're in.
Yep.
You know, like I see their IGs and stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, like you guys aren't like really, you got no motion. Like,
you're not really,
and that's why too, is because you got that mentality with stuff. It's like. So, but like the people that did stay, like I showed love. I shot photos back to the people that stayed, like the ones that supported and stuff too. Is like I wanted to like just keep that mutual relationship. But those other people, it's like we're clowning, like unfollow, like we don't need that shit. Like, like that's crazy. Like
those are the dudes that you're like, thanks for the CD, and you throw it out the window on the fucking freeway. It's a freeway frisbee, dude.
Yep.
Dude, 100%. This motherfucker talks about it in his rap. He like wrote it in a verse. He's like, that shit's getting tossed out the window. Like it's true. It's like, dude.
So there's that dynamic.
Because I mean, Locksmith's an independent artist. He's a smaller independent artist. Anybody that's on tour with him are independent artists. So you're building with artists that are very similar to you.
Yeah,
you're only 1 or 2 steps away from maybe being on a tour like that. And the way you interact with those people, I mean, building connections in other states and other cities is fucking huge.
And like, if you would have stuck around, you could have maybe networked with Locksmith a little bit.
Bro, talk to Jay. I mean? You talk to Jay, you're good. He's such an easy person to talk to, and he's so resourceful.
And not only that, you got everybody there's from out of town. Not one person there's a local.
How are you supposed to book shows in other cities?
Half of the people who come through here on the local, exactly. They've gone through June's because we've played shows with them out of town. Him and June's,
and that's why I was proud of the boys. Yeah, they were doing that too. They're like the sound guys were they were making sure to make good relationships with the sound people.
Because you can go back, to that city, to that promoter and be like, hey, we were on tour with Locksmith. That promoter will probably book you.
You'd be like, oh, you guys were easy to work with. You're nice. You got a good draw.
You already know local openers. You already I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like
it's that simple too for people that are listening. Yeah, like
it is. As soon as you dip out, nobody wants to fuck with you.
Exactly. Yep. You're not rememberable. You're just going to remember for leaving.
Exactly. That's it. It's a negative memory is all it is.
Exactly.
You don't want to leave a bad taste in people's mouth, and it's easy to avoid.
It's a job. It's a job. Treat it like it's like that's like going to work and then fucking leaving at your lunch break.
Yeah,
you know
cutting out.
Like,
exactly. It's so true.
So the tour went successful. You're home. You're safe. What are your plans now? Are you going to be dropping any music this year?
I don't know.
Because I mean, you did give us a song that we're going to be playing. At the end of the
that
episode.
I've been sitting on that one for a minute. That one's fairly new, I guess.
Super dope, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's definitely I have so much different variations that I'm sitting on as far as like hip hop, hyper pop, freaking all this stuff. But
well, that's good because then you can be like, well, what do I want to
release?
Yeah,
and I might just put it on one big project and just be like, here's a compilation of like all of my emotions.
I think there you go. I think this version of BOZZY for the song we're gonna play is my favorite version of BOZZY for sure.
That's tight. Yeah. Hell yeah. I feel like it's a good form.
No, I love how you're very comfortable as an artist. I know we haven't really talked much about you as an artist because obviously you've just been crushing it the last year and a half as in other aspects of your artistry.
Right.
But you being a rapper, a musician, we haven't talked about it too much, but you are extremely versatile. We talked about it with your album, you released it. I mean, it was, you rapped a little bit, you fucking sang, you played the guitar, like you did some really fucking dope shit. What is your personal favorite stuff to make as of now? What kind of music? Do you like rapping, or you like doing the pop punk type stuff?
Yeah, like the one I sent you guys is kind of like in the realm where it's like hyper pop, but like I still can like bar up in certain like almost like
you still rap, you still get to rhyme and rap and shit.
Yeah, but like the hyper pop stuff has like really been like scratching my ear lately.
Fucking A.
Like this Tommy project, I'm gonna keep going back to that because I'm so passionate about it, and I was like telling. I'm more passionate about dropping this project with him than I was like for Emotional Warfare because I felt like I put way more energy into it, and I was just doing strictly production and like mixing and recording and stuff, but like the time and how articulate and everything was just like so methodical and just like pinpointed to the T that like I'm so fucking excited to drop it.
Hell yeah.
Spending so much time and it's like obviously something that you really care about. And working with Tommy, he's a different kind of talent.
Yeah, 100%.
He really is. There's not anybody else in Reno like him, I don't think. But he sounds
pop.
different, and I'm always curious how someone that has a talent like that records, because I just rap, so it's like I'll rap and I'll record like some voiceovers, like 2 layers of voiceovers, real fucking basic shit.
Yeah,
but someone like him, he's like multiple layers and singing, and like
it's fun.
It's gotta be crazy to do a session.
He comes
with that
in
guy.
with nothing, and again, I'm building these beats from scratch, and he'll literally just be like, all right, so I think you're gonna make a beat and just tell you like no direction at all besides like just yes and no's, just opinions. That's all that kid's got. And I'll just start going through stuff, and I'll usually make a beat and he'll like record a bunch of like freestyle melodic stuff, and that doesn't really make any sense. And I'll let him do takes of that for like multiple tracks and just like do a bunch of those, and then we'll find pieces that we like that are like, okay, this run was really cool. I like the pocket of this, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll track it out even like if we have enough pieces. And he'll like fill in the colors with words type of thing. It's such a maniac process, but
no, that seems to be a popular process nowadays, where people will like kind of, they'll get the rhythm and like almost the syllables that they want, but they're not really saying anything, and then they'll go back and actually write it in those syllables. It's fucking it's a really creative process, because I do something kind of similar. Like half of my shit is freestyle-ish. And I record it voice notes, and then I go back and edit it, and so I can understand that. But to be able to do it while you're like doing the melodies and shit, like that's like a whole fucking different thing.
Dude. And it's fun. It's really fun. So that like hyper pop EDM stuff again, like going back to like what you're like saying, is just like think like what is like satisfying for me right now, all that type of stuff.
The last album, or the last song he dropped, Euphoria is what it's called?
No, it's called No More, but I've been pushing it because I'm like, we were talking, and when we were making it, we're like, we just want something that, like the TV show Euphoria.
Okay.
So we were just like, oh,
did you produce that song?
I did produce that one. Yeah.
Oh, fucking A. Goddamn, dude.
So that's like a big one that we like, and I don't know, that's just been like the stigma I've been pushing it as, like on like my TikTok and shit too.
You ever thought about starting like a label?
Dude, I'm so,
because you're like already kind of in artist development with Tommy and shit like that.
I know. And I guess I already am, but like I can never. I don't.
You're already like the linchpin for so many people.
I mean, seriously. I mean, you can utilize that aspect of you being artist development.
I just don't know like how like the business the business aspect of it, because again, like when it comes, I don't want to like feel like I'm taking any creative like thing from like the artist or whatever. I just want to like find somebody that I think that like we have a good relationships with, and kind of like help build them up for there. I mean, I'm building with all my artists that I work with in general. I think like finding those like ones that I'm really able to like vessel through is like where I just kind of sink my teeth in and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm like too like the thought of that, just like the business aspect of it seems like weird to me.
Well, 2.5, 3 years ago, you were kind of this way with talking about For You Productions.
Right.
I was going to say, it's going to happen sooner or later. It's like,
you're already like obviously unnoticingly doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's
I guess you're right. Yeah.
And obviously doing it with artists that you feel comfortable with, and that as you said, you want to sink your teeth into and like really work with.
Yeah.
That's the right way to do it. You don't want somebody to just be like, well, how much do you charge to do an artist development?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, that'll never be a thing.
No, it does not work that way.
Yeah.
You can't develop somebody that you don't see something.
Yeah.
It has to be a natural relationship. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's the only way to do it, is for it to be somebody that you trust and they trust you.
Yeah.
And you guys have the same vision.
Has to be organic.
Yeah, absolutely,
100%.
But I feel like you're already going in that direction. So
for sure,
Tommy's my guinea pig for it.
It's working out great, dude. And he's a super cool kid. Like,
he's a sweetheart.
No, he's really, really nice. Very quiet.
I was bummed because at the Ranch House show, I was up after you, so I had to miss like half your set. And that's like when you brought like everybody out. So I was like in the green room, like, damn, I'm missing all this. You know?
He had to leave right after because his little young ass only 21. Yeah,
I know. So it was funny because I was like asking the promoter, I was like, well, we got somebody that's coming in that's not old enough to be at the bar, and he's like, well, how long are they going to be there for?
Yeah.
I was like, they're doing one song. He's like, okay.
We had him in Lex nightclub even to perform that night too on that big ass stage. We got him in the club. It was so sick.
That's fucking awesome.
Bro, like, that's such a crazy experience to be able to say
especially
that.
Lex, because that's they
got all the
a casino and shit.
Yeah, they got all the B-list celebrities there.
Yeah, and there's like secure, like Ranch House is like just sneak them through the back door. But Lex, it's like damn, dude.
It's so funny. Yeah, so shout out to young Tommy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no, he's super super dope. So you're working on a project with him. Is there like a release date? Is there a name?
It's going to be by the end of this year. I mean, yeah, because I know he's not going to.
Well, let me help this artist develop.
You know what? Yeah,
sounds like me and James.
Like you know, this is part of my project too. So it's called Elements of Distortion. We've been working on this thing for like 7 or 8 months, and it's like strictly just like my production as far as like all that. And I'm so excited. Like it's all one big body of work. Like you can play it from the beginning and not have to feel like you press play throughout the whole thing.
Nice.
Like everything leads into itself. Dude. The production is just like very articulated. The ending of one leads in perfectly to the start of one, where it might even sound like the ending of a sample. Like it's just so methodically pieced together. And like I'm very, very proud of this thing. So when this thing comes out, like I'm gonna like I don't normally push music that's not mine on my page, but like I find myself doing that a lot more for Tommy because I think I'm just like so stoked on like how this stuff is like coming out.
Yeah, you have a lot invested in it too. Yeah. It's your project just as much as it is his.
Yeah, and we both have like that mutual understanding. Like he had to tell me even too. He's like, dude, like this is yours. You're getting percentage on this project type of shit. Where I'm like, I'm like whatever, dude. Like, if you win, I know you're gonna take care of me. So,
as you should. I mean, if you're in there, you know.
Yeah, we're grueling. Yeah, we're thugging it out. We're getting mad at each other.
Yeah.
And,
you and him are making this project. It's two people.
Yeah.
Just because he might be quote unquote the face of it doesn't mean that you're not less involved.
Yeah,
so
100%.
You know,
I'm just never want to I just never want to step on toes as like artistry. But again, like I mean, it's part of the process. I know I got to still value myself though.
Yeah.
Well, of course you have to. I mean, and. We'll go ahead and we'll close it on that because we are going to end this episode with a new unreleased song from you.
Yeah.
Called Save Me.
Save Me. Unofficial name.
Did you produce it? Let's talk about it.
No, I didn't produce this one.
Who's it produced by?
YouTube.
Because I don't know. I recorded it fucking 3 years ago.
I did get this one off of YouTube, but
fucking
shout out to the producer
shout out
that
to,
did it.
YouTube.
Lease your beats.
Check them out. Hey, if you guys never heard of YouTube, they make good beats.
Yeah.
It's a popular website.
Yeah.
It's a popular producer nowadays. So how when you did this song, like how old is it? How long have you been sitting on this one? Because you said it's kind of new. So how new is kind of new for you?
Probably like 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still actively recording music behind the scenes for yourself. I mean, 6 months.
That might have been like one of the last ones I recorded. Like the last like 2 or 3 songs I recorded maybe. That I actually kept, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, you're still doing your own shit. Here and there, obviously.
Yeah.
Because 6 months ago is not that long ago in terms of is as busy as you are.
Yeah.
That's not that bad. Considering you're sitting on like, would you say like 15 songs or something like that?
I guess you're right. Yeah.
A lot more than I am. I'll tell you that much, dude. Yeah. I guarantee you're sitting on more songs than him and I combined.
Yeah.
You know, so I love this.
I think
shit.
I'm at like 2 or 3 right now.
Yeah, I'm at 2.
Okay, so
I'm at 3. Yeah, we got 6 combined.
There we go.
Maximum 6.
Yeah, so you know, I love to see it because it just shows you still have that passion and that drive for music that you can just still create that much and have it stored away, and it's obviously the stuff that you're keeping, as you said. So it's like,
it's always there when I want to tap into it.
Yeah, and I feel like you should because. like you haven't dropped anything in a while, so I feel like you just being like, hey, check this out, and you put it out, like
little reminders.
Even if it's just a single, just one song, like it might be this song.
You're right.
And people be like, oh, fucking A. And it run the streams up because it's been a while and you're still so active, but not in your own music that people would be like, oh, fucking A, finally.
That was the foundation.
You know?
Yeah. That's where it all stems from.
Yeah.
So you're right. Yeah.
So hopefully you guys might be able to stream the song.
Yeah,
otherwise, you're only going to get to hear it at the end of this podcast, and you're going to have to listen to the end of the podcast every time to hear the song.
Yeah, go stream Tommy's album instead.
There you go.
Until
there you go. But we are going to close it out, dude. Hey, thank you again for coming through.
Man,
for sure.
Fucking BOZZY 3.0.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
Yes.
He's the master. God damn it.
Appreciate you guys so much too.
Again, go ahead and drop your social medias of your personal stuff and your business page.
At The Real BOZZY or BOZZY, and then 4.u Productions or 4.u Productions. But yeah, that's it. Nice and easy for y'all.
Yeah,
real simple.
If you guys rap dope, hit him up.
Yep.
He makes beats, he records, he makes videos, he does fucking photos, he does a lot of shit. And then if your money's right and your business is right, you might get blessed by the God.
You got good energy. You know, there's a couple, check the boxes.
Yeah. You might get blessed by the God BOZZY. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and close it out with a brand new song from BOZZY called Save Me. Yeah. And we out.
Peace.